Welcome everyone to our ease series, and today's topic is ease with weight. The body weight we're talking about. But just look at that energy. When we talk about the weight, is it actually your physical weight or something else? Like when you look at the weight, whenever the first word comes, is it always about body or something else? Anyone, you can write it on the chat or unmute. And I am going to address Pyle had a very beautiful question before I hit the record. But before that, I just want to get the starting gist of it, and then I'll take it from there. Weight of the past. Okay, beautiful. Anyone, anything else? When they see the word, the WEIGHT, what shows up?
Hi, Raashi, Anju. For
Anji.
me, it's always body weight.
Okay, beautiful. On the chat, people are writing weight of a relationship, heavy, beautiful. Okay, so basically, it is an energy which feels like a discomfort. For some people, it could be in relationship. For some, could be on the physical body. I mean, majority of the time, people know the first instinct as a bigger way. People think it's the physical weight because that's how it's mostly spelled as. And generally, people like to wait for a different that WAIT. But if you didn't make the energy of both has the common energy of adding something heavy to our life. As beautifully in Access, we are taught about heavy and light. It's exactly that heavy. What are you guys making it so heavy in your world? That you all are adding that through a relationship, through your money, through your physical body, through your finances, or health, or through your tissue. You guys need to a stagnation. Okay, beautiful. Yeah. And like what I had liked that Pyle's beautiful this thing that she doesn't like the energy when something is almost getting over, but she's aware of something new happening. So there's an energy of heavy because something is going, but a new thing of beginning is coming is also light, but it's somewhere in between. It's like, the same energy of the physical weight when, you want to shed off that weight, but you have to work extra, but you can start seeing the results, but your body starts feeling, oh, it's getting too much. So what is that? Are we truly afraid of seeing the new changes? Because that's the mind. Because something when you're getting afraid or feeling uncomfortable, it's a space of what are you really not ready to see here? Because we like to control. The beauty of this reality is we all love to control because we think when we control it, I'll have the full charge what I'm creating next or what will be the next step. And the funny part is, even after we so-called are control freaks, after we thinking what we can control, it still doesn't go exactly that way. But the underlying to that is we start adding that weight in our life that goes from our physical weight to our relationships to our financial. Because the minute you start rejecting your life, your body starts to add weight, and along it starts affecting every area of your life. Yeah, we all get it because I'm sure that's why I asked everyone. Majority of you guys are sort of hearing these calls through me or through someone else in Access, but in a simpler way. The energy I wanted to keep it toned down. Then what's the value of waiting for things that you guys love to make so heavy in your reality? Just look at any area. So for someone, it could be the physical weight, for relation, money. If you didn't have to wait for that, what would you really create here? Oh, I like this what Harry wrote. Oh, by the way, he's a beautiful CF facilitator. That's a certified facilitator of Access. And he has the space he can talk, unmute, and give his inputs, which I really love. I get grateful that when he adds up in my calls. So he's written sometimes even the weight of proving point of view is not even ours, and we make it real and which rules our life. That is so true because we are made to believe in this reality that elders know or society knows it better or my surrounding knows it better. So how much are we waiting for their approval in our world that if we are okay and getting accepted in that, it could be in relationship with your family, with your bosses, or with anyone in your loved ones. Because in that, unknowingly, we are not voicing our voice. So we feel, oh, that will create the peace of the house, a peace of the relationship. But in pieces, you start adding that weight in your body or in your life. And that's why that barrier of the relationship starts showing up. And there's a wall, that heaviness. And so many times, and then people think, oh, I was eating because I'm stressful. That's why I think I'm putting on that physical weight, or I'm when overwhelmed, I'll end up eating or not eating. Because your body is so much filled with that heavy energy in yourself, a person will want to find ways how to suppress that extra heaviness. Or someone who's not feeling that heavy, they want to fill it more and more because they still want more heaviness in their body so they can check out. In simple words, when we are doing something like this, we are trying to not to be present in our life. There's no right or wrong, but I'm just giving you all of that space. What's the value when you are guys making this? That what weight is here? And as Harry's written, yeah, there's no perfect weight. There's no perfect relationship. There's no perfect body. There's nothing is perfect. And that's the beauty of all of us being existing in this world. Because when we be our really ourselves, we create that magic, the being new of us. But what we are programmed, unfortunately, in this reality is that we have to fix everything. We have to get it to the right size so we can fit into in whose world, that also we don't know. Because even if you fit into someone's world, someone still else will tell you, oh, you are not fitting in that right weight here. So how much ever you guys will try, you can never be a happy meal. And even a happy meal, honestly, no one likes. People claim it's not healthy. So ask yourself, when you're looking at any area of your life where you're adding that so-called weight or waiting for someone to look at you for that area, what are you creating with that? It's giving you some value. Consciously, you all will say, no, why would I do that? Why will I create that suffering? Or why will I add that physical weight? Or why will I wait for this relationship, like, keep harming me and all that, which is totally justified. You just get present with yourself. If that so-called weight, what you're adding in your life, be it a physical weight or waiting for someone to give you that look or someone coming giving you that money, what will get really created? Just look at that energy. Just give yourself for like not even 10 seconds, give yourself 5 seconds of permission that we've taken that energy off. What would really get created for you? What would you really choose in that 5 seconds? Would you still create that weight thing or something else? It could be a linear answer. Like everyone will, of course, will tell me in the simplest words, I will choose that ease, my relation will be better, my body will look healthier, and all that. Yeah, we get that so-called right answer. But what would it truly create for you? That we all are creating the resistance to not to have that change in our world. What's coming up? If anyone would like to share something here. No one? We are very comfortable to keep that weight with ourselves, that physical weight or that emotional weight. Okay. So since you guys are most of you are comfortable or maybe not comfortable to even ask a question here, what's the value of making it so real that this energy cannot be changed? Is it too much? Or is it even very comfortable of always believing that life will always be heavy in your world? Because a lot of time people believe in this reality, only few people can get the joy and happiness. We all get it. Majority of us have the tools of access, but we feel no, it's not going to happen. So that's also a point of view of creating that heaviness and a lie to yourself that your world will not change. And even when we start receiving and start seeing the little changes, we feel, okay, that's enough. Because the underlying to all of that is majority of us like the comfort of being what we have created. That's why we unknowingly have created. Sorry to break this. I'm sure you guys have heard it in many other ways before. But whatever, the good, bad, ugly, whatever we are going through in our life is purely our creation. No one put you on the gun spot. No one forced that energy on us. Even any circumstances you are in, any family, wherever you all could be, it's been purely your choice, how you look, how you carry yourself, whatever, even if God forbid you've created relation issues, health issues, accidents, financials, physical body weight, every damn nano thing of us, every cell, it's our creation. Because we exactly wanted what kind of parents, what city, what country, at what age certainty, how we start looking. Because we start looking the minute we choose, and when we come down, we start looking at life, what works for us or not, by from the lens of our capacity. And majority of our time, our lenses are not clear. So when it's not clear, it starts adding the weight of the life, what the life has to tell you how to look and not to look. But the beauty is when you are adding all this, a part of your being is always telling you that this is heavy. But the mind takes it over, so we feel, no, it's okay. Put it on. Let put the layers on me. So that's first thing. As I said, it's the way of telling our being and body we don't matter. So majority in a linear way, the as the first glimpse, most of the time people see it in their physical body. And for certain people, it will be in certain area of their body. They could not be overall big, but it would be in certain areas. Like for some, it could be arms, some it could be face, stomach. Then that goes on a different layer of how emotions you want to lock and store in your body of the weight. Because that's the way of you want to hide that energy. Because when you want something, want to make it so big, we will hide more information there. That's all your emotional garbage, and you're controlling it in your body. Because our physical body has no point of view. But the minute you start looking at it, creating the lightness with your body by the basic way of acknowledging your body. Yes, in a bigger step, yes, we need to learn to love our body. But how much of us are honestly day to day are only rejecting our body? When you reject something, it's like a garbage getting collected in a corner. It's in more simpler words. If I'm not going to clean a particular area of my room, the garbage is going to get accumulate and accumulate, and it'll get bigger, 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 and it'll start stinking. And that's what we are doing. Most of us are doing with the physical body. We are nobody to say here that, oh, go work out, eat healthy, do this diet, because we don't know what's going to work for anyone. And I'm not some professional nutritionist out here. We can only give you the space. Can you start talking to your body? What's the value of not talking to your body? Most of us love to talk. I'm being very honest. I can talk and talk. And Harry knows one example. I can talk. But how much am I ready to talk to the world and not to myself, with myself? What we do is we want to talk to the world and tell them everything. But how much are we resisting not to talking to ourselves? Like giving ourselves that 2 minutes. Just sitting and even maybe in quietness. I'm not asking for a meditation, but just being present in our body. Or are we so scared that when we're going to talk to ourselves, we're only going to get more criticism? We'll criticize ourselves even further. Even if you're doing that, get honest and ask, who does that point of view belongs to? Is it truly yours? Or it's been a programming of this reality that you're supposed to only judge from that lens and make that heaviness in your body more real. Even if it's yours, acknowledge it. Okay, I have locked it and I've made it mine. Point is, can you give yourself the permission to change it? And just laugh about it. Oh, wow, like for so many years I've created it. Point is, you can change anything. It's taken years to add that weight in any area of your life. And certain people are even more master thing they create in every area, from their physical body to relationships to financial. Because it's easier, because people then think that, when I'm taking so much sympathy, it might just change. But people honestly just give you a false sympathy. Technically, ask in your life, do anyone has your real back? No. So-called your max parents will have it to a certain degree, but your kids, your partner, or anyone else will not have it. They might just give you the so-called respect of this reality because that's how artificially way in this reality we do it. The reason no one can have your true back is because you're not having you. You are making it loud and clear to the universe by saying that, you know what, I don't matter. I don't exist. But we want to get existed, so we start creating that add-on weight in our body or in our making it heavier by other relationships. So we start thinking when I have a problem here, someone will come to help me and solve it. But do you think people have the time? Or the other person will care? You just created that other person because that energy matched. It's just that what people are going to do behind your back is only gossip about it. Because it's the energy what we are radiating. It's not we're trying to tell people are harsh or mean. People are just being people. And secondly, because energetically, people can't see you. And unknowingly, as a kid, majority of the time when the kids couldn't see themselves, they started adding the physical weight. Because in the between of their parents' fight or being in a big joint family, you didn't know how to be existent. You started adding weight. We started adding weight through relationship that come see me. Everyone will have different reasons. I'm just sharing big examples here. And I just want all of you to look, where is it in your life that you're adding that weight? The physical weight or the WAIT? Because the underlying energy is you're creating that heaviness, that lack in your body. Meenal, you want to say something? Okay. Anyone? Anything else coming up for you guys right now? Or we are good? No one? Any questions? Just check the chat. Harry's written, how many want to be happy by wanting to be like happy Buddha and change the body like that and then later crib about it? Cute. Any questions? Okay, so I'm going to give you the last space for today. Get again present with your body and ask. Even if so much what I've given you all right now, the information, even if those things you have not resonated and there's too much still going in your life, be it with the physical weight, relation, money, health, or any other area of your life, or multiple, just ask yourself, is it really yours? Or you're just holding that weight, that space for the world through your body? So you can acknowledge by being the kind, good one. Because so many times, actually, there are a lot of people in life who don't even actually have a real problem. We like to create it because there was nothing happening. So we thought we have to be so-called normal of this reality. So we start creating some kind of problem with whatever the bigger way the world is going through. Because we all have that kind of a capacity also. That's a vast topic, but I'm just giving you a brief space. Even it sounds very observe and like what is she talking about? Just perceive it. Because we like to believe that, you know what, if I've come, let me contribute some way. But you need to ask, is this the way to contribute to the world? If you really want to be the energy, communicate with the earth. But not by taking their aches and pains and adding that weight of any area of their heaviness in your body. And even if you have been unwell from your childhood or anything else, health issues you'll have created, you have a choice to change it. Because a lot of time people make that significant, oh, by childhood I have this, because of those medicines I've added this, my life has gone heavy, I can't do certain things. So that heaviness starts adding in other areas and we are waiting. Maybe after this lifetime, my body will change. So are we going to keep waiting to die or we're going to create a different reality? Because to die, honestly, is very easy. It's still living. That joy of living is a choice. Because majority of us are almost actually are not even living. We are just cribbing and complaining daily and making everything tight in our world, and that heaviness is adding in our life because the underlying to is we are working from lack. And where there's so much lack, the body gets the signal, I have to get heavy because lack feels empty. And in that heaviness, you start adding all the heavy weight of this reality. That can come again person to person where they resonate with the energy. Okay, someone has asked a question. What if we're feeling heavy, particularly in bones part? It doesn't matter where you're feeling it. The point is you need to ask, what are you aware of? Talk to your body. Firstly, is it yours? And if it's not, and even if you believe it's yours, you can change it by the clearing statement or looking at it as interesting point of view. And then see, what are you aware of? What's the energy? What does bone means to you? And if your bones were healthier and happier, what would then it create? What would you change if there was no aches and pains? If that heaviness was not there? That's why I asked you guys a couple of minutes back. Look at any area, it could be multiple or one. If you guys were not going through that heaviness, that weight in your body or in your life, what would you really be choosing right now? Just give yourself permission. You choosing or not choosing is also a choice. Just look at that energy. Because what we are programmed to believe, one day when this problem gets solved, then I'll have that. So in that one day, again, that weight is getting heavier. Because there's no guarantee that tomorrow morning all of us are waking up. We might not. It's nothing to do with be healthy or not healthy. It becomes a free will of choice to wake up. So if just today, if you had a choice to choose and you did not have that weight problem in any area of your life, what would you truly create and change here? Ask that. See that energy and be brutally honest to yourself what really comes out. And if that energy still feels very far off, ask yourself, what's the value of not choosing it now? And if you did choose it, what will it really create? Will it make other people uncomfortable or have some another thing? Because when you're choosing for you, you will always create more because you're telling the universe that your existence matter. But what we think in this reality, I rather become small and I make the surrounding uncomfortable. And majority of them know it that you want to be existed in that we start adding the physical weight or keep waiting for people to look at us in a different way. But unfortunately, no one tends to see us. So point is, are we ready to change it now? And if not, that's also a choice. So I would say that's for now. If anyone has still a question, I'll give you all that space. Otherwise, I'm going to stop the recording.
Let us have a picture. Smile, please.
Thank
Show
you.
your faces.
Raashi, I don't have a question,
Okay.
but I just want to, share with you my thoughts that have occurred while you were speaking. Uh, the word wait, the first time one hears it, I heard it. In my mind, it was, although it's phonetic, but the spelling came as wait, W-E-I-G-H-T. But when you said wait, W-A-I-T,
I said I wrote W-A-I-T, but I said the energy is same.
Correct. I had not thought of it like that at all. But when you said that, so many things are, just running through my mind at the same time. So I just thought that I need to listen to the recording very slowly, very, what do you say, focused, in a very focused manner to unravel so many things that have been going in my head.
Okay, so
In
thank
this
you for
last
this.
half an hour.
Sorry, I'm going to stop you there. When you said you have to focus, how much again you guys are going to put that heavy energy to it? When you just lower your barriers and trust what you know, then the energy flows through you. Focus is again heavy. It's going back to that school energy. Oh, I have to study, I have to focus, I have to create marks, I have to do my homework and perform. You guys don't have to perform here in this world. You just have to choose the energy of your being.
Maybe I used the wrong word. I didn't mean
No, that's
focus
why I
like
wanted
that.
to
What I
correct
meant
it.
was,
I know it's
yeah,
not a
thanks.
wrong word, but I'm just trying to
No.
That's
Thanks.
to
You're
correct
right. You're
because
right.
you never
No,
know.
it was the wrong word. because what I wanted to actually say is I want to take time out to be by myself so that I can, listen to it aram se.
Fair, fair. But I just thought there was
That
an
is what I meant.
so it might just address to others also. Because we are tend to made in this reality to believe to focus and be present. When you put that pressure in your body again tends to check out because the body has no point of view, but the mind is again controlling everything.
Yeah, so let me ask a question now.
Mhm.
The word focus, do you think that the use of that word is actually um, actually revealing something else? Because
What
I thought of it in a different way, but the word I used was focus.
okay. So what happens when you focus? What's the energy you
Oh,
tell me the meaning of it? Like I always ask for every time when I do these,
yeah. I
what
would
does
say
the word mean to you?
single-mindedly sitting down to do something,
And do we
cutting
ever
out
do?
everything else,
Okay,
cutting
so
out everything else.
the truth. Thank you for saying that, but be honest to all of you. This question is for everyone. Do we ever do that? Do we ever, even for a nanosecond, do we ever do that? We can't. We are an infinite being. Everything simultaneously, we are just aware of energies. You have to be just aware. Focus is a control word of this reality. When you trust your knowing and awareness, that's when you create in this world. That's why it says have that chaos, do the multitasking, because in this reality, multitasking means you want to do everything half-heartedly. But the point is when you're being yourself, you'll create more because maybe something you could do in 2 minutes for some person that could take longer or less. But that doesn't mean when he or she will focus, the works will get done. Ask yourself when you are focused, how much have you really created? Have you really all created it? Or you created it, but in the limit space, only so much. But when you're doing so much more and being happier and lighter, that's when your life has really created and created that change. The underline to everything is when you're choosing the joy, what makes you happy, the lightness will automatically change every area of your life.
Yeah, true.
So ask, demand for that for anything, even when you're listening, be these calls or anything or any area of your life when you're talking, just ask, if I choose this, will it create more for me? And body tell me what do I need to listen today to or what do I need to do. But when I go, oh, I have to do that, that's adding another weight to your life because that's heavy
Yeah.
because I have to do and do into the doing thing. But when I give myself permission of being, then the doing naturally happens.
Hmm.
So that. So thank you for your question. Thank you guys. I
Thanks, Raashi. Thank you so much.
And this being my birthday month, I've put it up in the group. I'm giving up to 80% off for one-on-one sessions, only on Zoom for 15 minutes. For the details, you guys can DM me personally and I can share. And it's open to everyone. It's just a verbal facilitation on Zoom from till 31st of May. If anyone's interested, you can always connect with me. Thank you. Bye, guys.
Thanks, Raashi. Good night.
Thank you.